Hey everyone, welcome in. I hope you enjoyed the very first day of Major 3 and the 4 matches that we got to watch. In this video, we're going to go through, and I just wanted to pick out a couple plays that Neptune made, which basically he almost single-handedly won them 2 of the maps in that 3-1 victory over LA Thieves. But the day started off with the 3-1 victory by London. I cannot wait to watch that match versus Minnesota Rocker tomorrow. I'm actually going to be co-streaming that match on Minnesota Rocker's YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out if you want to see us break it down live. And then LAG got a 3-1 victory over Seattle. I really thought that this roster change to Seattle would be exactly what they needed, but they just haven't been able to get it together yet so far. We'll see what happens going into stage 4. Of course, we had the 3-0 by Atlanta. They look extremely hot right now. I don't know if I'd want to be playing them. And oh, by the way, they have a matchup versus the Toronto Ultra tomorrow. Cannot wait for that one. And of course, we had the 3-1 victory from Florida over LA Thieves. So today, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through and break down this round 11 search and destroy for you. And then I wanted to go through and break down like the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes of the checkmate hardpoint, just so we can go through, because at one point he was like 18 and 16 or something, and he ended up basically doubling his kills in the second set of rotations. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to break it all down, and we're going to start here with this round 11 SND. So as we go ahead and hit play and we get on board, you can see here at the beginning that Florida over and over again decided we're going to go to A. We've had some success there, so that's where they decided they were going to continue to go. But it was a slow push. I like this idea of, you know what, let's slow push. And then right here from Skies, he throws the stun and he throws the nade just to check and see if anybody's pushed up there. So when it does come to that stun and nade, it's not like he was trying to stun somebody with an intent to kill them, or he threw that nade hoping to like stick someone because he knew someone was there. The only reason why they threw that was just to see if anybody was pushed up. He threw the stun on the right, the nade on the left. Now they know that there's nobody up there, so they're a little bit more confident when it comes to moving up the map. Here you just saw Hugh basically hit a pretty quick flank, got a couple shots into Neptune, and he just kind of left that alone, right? He has an SMG. That's not a smart gun battle to take. So Neptune also has the bomb, so he decides, you know what, let's go ahead and let's focus on getting the bomb down. I'll let one of my ARs watch behind. So again, remember, he got shot from the flank. If we look at the minimap here, you can see number 5 right there as we're watching him. This is Awakening, and Awakening is just watching the push from behind just to see if Hook, who was back there, ends up pushing or if he stays back or whatever. But I like the way that they switched out. Neptune went ahead and got the trophy down, and he's going to work towards getting the plant. And I was a little shocked watching this live. I was shocked that LA Thieves didn't end up winning this. So Venom comes from behind. He's able to get the kill right there on Awakening. And then here in just a second, they're going to get another pick right here. That's just bad timing, right? Havoc went and jumped out. If he would have jumped out a half a second earlier, it would have been right there. They would have been right in front of each other. Who knows what happens then? But sometimes that's the way that this game works out. And at this point in time, sure, if you're Florida, you have bomb down, but what are the chances of finishing this 2v4? And as we go ahead and play it, nice kill there from Neptune. He's basically 1 bullet, so he does a nice job of playing his life. Again, if we look down here at the minimap, you can see that he got that kill in mid-train. So he got this kill right here on Venom mid-train, and rather than stay there, he just relocated and he's teaming up, or he's meeting up with his teammate. Really smart move there, just so that, I mean, if he stays out there and tries to challenge another gun battle, probably not going to go his way. So I like that decision. Skies is just watching the bomb to see if anybody crosses. And at this point in time, here it goes. So right there, Skies gets a couple bullets there into Kenny, but he wasn't able to finish him. Neptune is there to finish that kill, so that's his second in a round. And as soon as that happened, Draza got the kill on Skies. So Neptune immediately turns back around, and my guess would be that Neptune spotted both of them right there and was able to give him the comms, because as we watch the rest of this here, boom, gets the first kill on Draza, immediately knows that Hugh is going to be there. And with this gun battle, it's a 50-50 gun battle. If you're Hugh, you know exactly where he's at. There's only 15.5 seconds left in the round, so you just have to send it. And at this point in time, if you're LA Thieves, you figure if you have Draza and Hugh running in there, you're probably going to be able to trade out this kill, and Hugh just doesn't end up getting it. Let's watch it one more time. It all happens so fast. Boom, first kill, transfer over to Hugh. That's the second kill, and overall, I mean, it's just a fantastic play. That's the thing about this league right now, is that every once in a while, one of these guys can just come through and absolutely clutch up, and that's exactly what we saw in this round, which basically ended up winning Florida that round. Neptune went massive with the ace, and now I wanted to show you guys basically the last 4 or 5 rotations to this hard point, because again, as you can see in the bottom right, Neptune right now is 18-16, and he ends up going on a tear to finish this game and make some really impressive, super important plays towards the end. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to start it up. Neptune is 19-16. He dies right here to Hugh, but what I wanted to stop it here for is because, remember, we're inside of P3 right now. So as we start working our way over towards P4, which is up here on the top side of the map, if you're Florida, you have nobody with positioning over here towards P4. The good thing is that as it rotates over to P5, you do have this left side of the map for spawns over here. So you do want to make sure that you go ahead and keep that. But as of right now, if you're LA Thieves, you're the team that has the most in terms of map control. They're very close. They could just look over towards their right and be over top of P4. So if you're Florida, you have to start making your way up the map. And this was totally off screen, but as you watch this here, top side, you can see the number 8 arrow that's up towards the top. He was able to get this kill on Draza, which opens up that top lane. And then as we go through and continue to watch this, this is all going to happen off camera. But Neptune gets a kill on Hugh right there with the Diamati, and then he gets another kill on Draza. Literally, this entire thing happened off of screen. Nobody saw it whatsoever, but we saw it if you're watching the kill feed. And now, if you look towards that P4 side of the map, what do you know? Now, there's one more person over here, but this entire top half of the map is open, and they're still holding spawns for an eventual P5 push. So just a fantastic job. Those are the little things that are really easy to miss if you're not really paying attention to them. But right now, if you're Florida, you were able to get this time inside of P3. Nice kill from Havoc. He's pushed up. He's being super aggressive. He's doing whatever he can to keep LA Thieves from pushing forward over towards that P4 hardpoint. But this was all set up by that spree that happened from Neptune. He was able to get one more kill over towards that top side of the map. They weren't able to hold it, but at this point in time, you have about a 20-point lead. So biggest thing that you want to do is just make sure you're holding down these spawns. You can see Awakening back there towards Treehouse, just kind of making sure that they don't end up losing those spawns. Skies and Neptune also got a kill, and now you can see the push into the current hard point. Nice trade there from Awakening, and at least for right now, they're able to, they're not going to win on this hard point, right? But they are able to stop the bleeding at least a little bit. That was 10-15 seconds or so that they were able to steal. Havoc gets a 3-piece right there. There's one more left. Finishes that with a Diamati. And again, it just comes down to Havoc and Neptune going off. It seems like every time you watch this Florida Mutineers squad, you're always waiting for, like, what's the play that Skies is going to make, or what's the play that Awakening is going to make. And it's when Neptune and Havoc are able to pitch in to that degree, that's when they are at their most dangerous. But right now, as it's rotating over, you can see Awakening and Neptune getting kills on rotation. Havoc gets a kill, and they're just doing a nice job of just putting down that initial push. But this is unfortunate. I don't know if you saw this spawn from Draza come in, and this is what happens. Again, sometimes you can get a little bit too aggressive. If you look at the mini map here, as this last 10 seconds or so transpired, let me see. Let's go back and just kind of watch the mini map as this goes out. So right here, you have the push on the top side of the map from the LA Thieves. And as you watch this, you can see Awakening gets a kill, Neptune gets a kill. The only person left up there is Draza. So as this is coming through, Draza ends up getting killed. but you have to be careful with spawns. If you're Florida, this is perfect, right? You have this side of the map. You're getting the time inside of P5, but you can be slightly too aggressive. And what ends up happening here is Awakening pushes forward to this part of the map. And really what that's going to do is that's going to block this spawn here for LA Thieves. So as we go ahead and play this, it's going to be in the next just couple seconds right here. He pushes forward, and then the game is taking that as a contested spawn location. So you can see down here, that's where Draza came up when it came to his spawn. And this is bad news, because if you're Havoc, who's currently sitting inside the current hardpoint, you're never going to expect somebody to be there. So I think this was just a case of them being on fire. They're really feeling themselves. And right there, Draza ends up getting that kill. And it's unfortunate. I mean, they got a little bit aggressive, but this is a lot of it. Really important time here. Hugh gets a kill on Skies. They do end up winning that gun battle towards the back, but sometimes you can get a little bit too aggressive. So if you're LA Thieves, this is a massive win. Skies goes in, Awakening helps him out. They're going to get the last 15 seconds, but if Awakening doesn't push forward there, they probably end up winning inside this P5. So sometimes it is what it is, right? But now if you're Florida, you got to think, what do you want to do here? Do you want to try to win it inside that P1 hardpoint? Do you want to try to work for rotations over on the right-hand side of the map? Right now, you can see Awakening. If we look at the minimap, you can see that Awakening, it's actually right behind my head. Awakening number 5, number 8 right here. Awakening that entire time was pushing over towards that top side of the map. He came up off the spawn and just worked his way this way. He was able to get a kill here. And then as he continued to work through, Awakening and Neptune actually ended up spawning through there, and as they come up, now they have location over on the right-hand side of the map. So we'll go ahead, we'll let this play out. But if you are Florida, you do have to at least contest for a second inside the current hardpoint. If you don't contest, LA Thieves can actually end up winning on this hardpoint. So here in a second, I'm sure you're going to see. And this right here, that's a massive gun battle. If he doesn't get that win right there, then those spawns are going to flip and things could get testy down towards the end here. Neptune gets another kill on that rotation. If he doesn't win either of those, they lose those spawns. So right now, this is a great decision. So if you're LA Thieves, you can essentially see from the mini map here, you can see that they just gave up that time inside of P1. They recognize, what's the point of keeping P1? Right now, there's only 1 or 2 Florida players back. So you can see all of these red arrows pushing through, trying to get these back spawns, because you know what? We're going to give up the last 11 seconds inside that last P1 hardpoint for the opportunity to break. We have 4v2. I'm sure we can come through and we can flip this out, and we're going to see how it ends up playing out here in a minute. Neptune with another. He is currently on a 5 spree. He is single-handedly got 5 kills on rotation there. There's the 6th. There's the 7th. I mean, he's just nasty. I mean, what can you say? He ends up going on a 7 spree, an 8 spree on rotation. This entire end of the map there was solely due to his rotations. I don't even know what to say. Sure, there's a billion other things that go into it, but he goes off over towards the end there, and then he gets that kill when it comes. He gets that ace in that search and destroy round, and the dude just clutched up. I'm trying to look at the scoreboard right here. You can see down underneath 35 and 25. Remember, Florida was at like 160-ish when we tuned in, and he had 18 kills. So he ends up going on that spree basically in the last third of the game, and sure, Awakening didn't have the best game, but Skies played well. Havoc played pretty decent, but every once in a while, you look for that one standout player, and he was the standout in both the first and the second map and had a huge hand in them coming out and winning that first round matchup against the LA Thieves. So we'll see Florida against New York tomorrow. That might be a little bit of a different matchup. I'm super excited for that one because both teams are looking like they're pretty hot. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys out of here. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like this sort of breakdown content, leave a like if you don't mind, as it really helps out the channel. And with that, enjoy the next day of Major 3. We'll be right back here to break down all of the action in tomorrow's upload.